So the first one, you want to look at cleaning this up first, right? So if you've got variables on both sides, you want to bring it over. In this case, you don't need to worry about it, but clean up first. So once I have it like this, I want to go ahead and figure out my x-intercept, and that would be negative 5x is equal to 20. Divide both sides by negative 5, so x equal to negative 4. So negative 4, 0 is going to be one of the x-intercepts. For y, you just do that. You divide both sides by 8. Y is going to be equal to 2.5, so it's 0, 2.5. If you have this, today I'm going to give you one for each done correctly, okay? With sign and all, right? So 2 marks so far. This is I, right? Now we're going to do this one, rearrange this thing. So I'm going to start with a y is less than. The 5x comes over, right? So it's going to be positive 5x plus the 20 that's already there. Last step is to divide both sides by 8. Nothing happens to the inequality symbol because I'm not dividing. Here it's up to you. Because it's a finite decimal, that is fine to do this. So I'll give you a mark for this part right here. And now you can go straight to the graph if you'd like. What I'm going to suggest, because you're going to have multiple of these at the same time later in this unit, I would tell yourself where the true region is. Okay? If it's less than, the true region is below the line. You tell yourself that. It's like a little bit of a legend when you come and check later. The next thing is it's going to be dashed or solid. So I'm going to tell myself it's dashed. Okay, so true is below, dashed, it's a dashed line. So now I know when I graph it, it's not necessary. I'm not going to take marks off if you didn't do it, but that's something that I would suggest you do. You get a mark for the rewriting, okay? So then we go over here, labels, take off half a mark if you didn't do labels. And we're just going to assume that this is 4, this is 8, right? Negative 4. So you're telling your audience what is your scale. Okay, so that's good enough for today. Just a couple so we know, okay? And so negative 4, 0 is right here. 0, 2.5, right? This would be 2, 2.5 is right about there. It makes sense that it's going to go up because my slope is positive. So you go and you make it a dashed line. If your line isn't dashed, you take off half a mark. Okay, and then you label that. And the true region is here, so I'm going to just label this true. And then shade that area. Don't go too heavy on it, just a light coat will do. Okay. So that is a full graph. So we're going to give 2 marks for the intercepts, 1 mark for that, and I'll give you 2 marks for the graph. So I'm looking at labels, I'm looking at scale, and I'm looking at shading, okay? So scale, labels, shading. And you know what? I'm going to be honest, more so than shading is do you tell me where the true region is. That is the most important part, okay? And so 2 marks for that. So I would say if you forgot to label, take off half. If you didn't shade, I would go -1. Like if you're not shading at all, you don't tell me where the true region is, I would say -1. So question 1 in total is 5, okay? 5 marks associated with the first one. I'm going to skip the bonus for now. Let's go to the back side. So the back side, you got to clean this up. Okay, it's definitely not where it's supposed to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that 3 and distribute it. So it's 2x is less than 3x minus 6. Right? I'm going to bring all the variables over to one side. So this is 2x minus 3x is less than negative 6. You combine that, that's negative x.
Excuse the interruption. Patient Stevenson, please come to the office. Patient Stevenson to the office.
So I'll give you one mark to get to here. Like, you cleaning up and getting it to here is for sure a mark. And then you realize, wait a minute, there's no y here. This is a special case, okay? Special case. And it's a vertical line, okay? That's on your study sheet. So I don't have to find the x-intercept necessarily. I'm just gonna rewrite this now. So I divide this by -1, divide this by -1. This turns positive, and I need to flip that. Okay, I need to flip that and get 6. So you get another mark for having this inequality there. Okay. So I will tell myself that this is a dashed line because there's no equal sign there. I will tell myself that the true region, where's the true region if you have greater than? Study sheet? Or greater than, if you're looking at the x values, greater than is right, okay? So the true region is to the right. And it goes through 6, 0, right? That's where it's gonna go through, okay? 6, 0, so we're just going to label this is 4, this is 8. Label your axes. I'm going to go -4, just a couple like that. That's good enough. 6 is right there, and so this is a dashed line that goes through it. Okay, dashed line. Label that inequality. The true region is here. And we shade it as before. Morning, Filbert. Morning. So for the graph, I'm still going to give you 2. So labels, right? If you miss the dashed part, you will take off half. But if you didn't shade or if you didn't indicate your true region, you take off a full mark. So this whole thing is worth 4. Okay? 1 mark for cleaning up, 1 mark for having that inequality where you flip the inequality, and then 2 marks for the graph. So 4. Yeah.
If I got the answer wrong, that means I did the graph wrong, so it was all wrong.
Okay, that's a good point. So if you didn't flip this, right, if you did not flip this, you would lose this mark here. I would expect you to have shaded the left, so you would get the mark here for the graph. So if you did that, you just go step. If you ever see me say step, it's like you're consistent with your work. That's actually what we would like to see, okay? I know for you it's kind of like disappointing because you want the graph to match mine, but technically that's what we would expect to see if you did not flip, but you lose this mark. So you lose a mark regardless, okay? It's a good point. That's why I will be rocking Desmos on when I mark your tests, because I have to like change the way you entered it, right? And here you've got line A and line B. Let's do A first, okay? So I'm going to figure out my slope. I'm going to figure out the intercept. No, you know what? I find it easier to see the true region is where for this one. If this is the line, it's below the line, right? So true is below, and it is a dashed line. So the start, let me see if I can zoom out a bit. The start should look like this, y is less than, okay? So you get a mark for that part, you always get a mark, okay? Then you have to do the mx plus b. b in this case is -8, okay? It's -8 right there, so -8. The slope, scan your line and pick a point. This is perfectly going across, I scan, and I suspect that it's right here. So this would be 1, 3. Let's see if we can replicate that. 1, 3, 1, 3. It seems to be working, okay? So my slope is, your vertical is changing 1 for every 3 units that you're running. But since my line is going down from left to right, you have to put a negative in front of it. So this would be -1/3 x plus, -8 basically. You can go plus -8. That's fine. So you get a mark for that side like that. But if you miss a sign, I'll take off half. But if you're completely off, then usually it's -1. If it's not even close, okay? The next one, line B. It's solid, and the true region is below the line. Okay? The slope and the y-intercept, let's do that. Y-intercept is -5 for that line, so we'll figure that one out, -5. Slope, I'm going to scan, and it seems like it's right here where it crosses perfectly at the corner, right? So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do it one more time. 4 up, 5 over, and I land perfectly on a corner again. So this one is a 4, 5. Positive. So let's write our line. Y, it's true is below, so it should be less, and it's a solid, so you do put an equal. So you get a mark for this part, and then it's 4/5x minus 5. Okay, so you get a mark for that one. You're the teacher today, so you decide. Just don't give yourselves full mark unless you got it exactly the way I have it, right? So there you go. So this page is there for 8 marks, okay, because this is 2 and 2. So 8 marks for the back side. 5 marks for the front. So 8 and 5, 13. So cross this out, just make it 13. And then we'll do the bonus. I will just show you the bonus. You mark your own. Okay, here it is. I'll give you a bonus of +2 if you got this right. So there are your intercepts. If you rewrite it, you need to flip your inequality because you're dividing by a negative, which means the true region is below the line. Yeah.
For M, I rounded it to 9/7, -9/7.
Here, it's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, -9/7. You don't have to reduce, but yeah. Was there a hand up back there, Mikhail? Are you looking at this one here? Two over 3 instead of 1. So 2 over 6 instead of 1 over 3. It's good because it's the same, right? It reduces to 1/3. Okay, you get +2 if you get this one right, but everything has to be right. This reduces to -3. No, 3 goes in there. 9 times 3 goes, so -9/7. If you did that, if you reduced it, but it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Does the graph have to be like a cube, or is it just where talking?
the graph as well has to match mine to get the full 2 bonus. So if you did all this work, you get +1. The graph has to be perfect to get +2. Okay? So make sure first name and last name is on there. And tally it up and pass it forward, please. And let's get our booklets out. I want to do systems before.